Hi, my name is Mara Aldama. This is for Bio 225. Today's date is July 14th of 2020. I am recording on my own, so I will be flipping my camera to show you what I have already started for the lab. Post-it note, candle, I have the E. coli, epidermis, and yeast broth tubes labeled. For whatever reason, in my kit, this one came a little emptier than the other ones and a different color. I did send an email in regards to that though. I have my alcohol, I have my tablets here, and my yeast. So I will flip this camera back over and set it down and we can get started. Alright, cool. Alrighty. So first we gotta make sure our pipette here is sterilized. Get all of the alcohol out. Alright. Now we're gonna start, I'm gonna start with the E. coli. So working with the E. coli, I'm gonna remove the lid and ensure that I put the lid side upwards as to not contaminate it. And then I will be getting my broth. Opening that up. Again, lid side up. So what we're doing here is we're gonna get some of the broth. We're gonna get 0.25 of the broth. However, before I do that, I need to sterilize the lid. So I'm just gonna run it over the flame, just the tip of it. Again, we're doing 0.25. And we're putting that straight in here. I'm doing my best to make sure I don't touch the actual lip of the container, as to not cause any cross contamination. Putting the rest of my pipette back in the alcohol, taking my lid, and then we're just gonna shake it so that the little tablet inside can dissolve. Alright, and in doing so, I'm going to get all of it out and put it back in the broth container. I want to ensure I get all of it. I'm just having to kind of play with this a little. Alright. And again, as to not cause any cross contamination, I'm going to sterilize the lip of the glass with the flame. And we're going to pour all this in there. Now, we just got to make sure we mix it all. So I'm using the same pipette to kind of stir the broth with the E. coli. Alright, and then the E. coli is a rod shape. It's typically found in the gut. So after I have that all mixed up and my pipette is emptied, again, we're going to put that back in the alcohol to rinse it out. My lid. And I'm going to set it off to the side. And then my container is empty, so I will also set that off to the side. I have a little container off to the side that is already filled with 10% bleach. And then next I'm moving on to the epidermis. So again, we're gonna take off the lid, upright. Same for the lid for the actual container. And then we are going to sterilize the lip with the flame. Alright. Make sure all the alcohol is out of the pipette. And then again, we're doing 0.25 of the broth solution. this in the container. Placing that off to the side again. Placing the lid on it. I'm going to give it some shakes so the pill can dissolve, the tablet I should say can dissolve. The reason why we use the broth containers, the broth is supposed to help increase the number of microorganisms, which is why we use the containers. Again, pipette, rinsing it out with the alcohol, and then just gonna get all of it out. Alrighty. Again, I'm gonna sterilize the tip. And then gonna mix the solution with the broth using the same pipette just to get it all out. And then just make sure we're paying attention to the top of it because some of it does tend to hide in there. Alright, got that set. Put that in the alcohol. Have the lid. Again, I left it upside or right side up. Epidermis is set. The epidermis is caucus shaped. And then it is typically found on our skin. Alright, now I will be doing the yeast. So I don't need to take the lid off of anything for that because I had to prepare it myself on the side. So the yeast, and I labeled my broth tube already. Right side up, sterilizing it. And then we're doing 0.25. And, yeah, I sterilized it. So throwing that right into the broth. And then mixing this up. And then the yeast is an ovoid single cell fungi, typically known as baker's yeast. It is known to irritate the digestive system for some people. Got the lid, sterilizing it one last time before I put the lid on it. Sterilized, and I will be incubating these for 48 hours just to see if there's any turbicity, I believe it was pronounced, and then I should be looking for any signs of like cloudiness. Sometimes you can see growth at the bottom. You can kind of see something already on this guy. So I will put that in my container and incubate that for 48 hours and come back and give you some results on that. Again, Mario Aldama, July 14th, 2020, and Bio 225. Thank you.